It's of course no surprise I'd take the room. Today's speaker is Jonathan Foster from Lockfix. Nature of his business, locksmithing. So it says areas covered: Bishop Stortford, Epping, Harlow, Brentwood, and Billericay. And we have 4 of these humorous items from our list. So a frightening incident for John. I'm terrified of heights, and for some reason, I thought it would be a good idea to go up the Eiffel Tower. I made it to the first stage, had a panic attack, ran back down the stairs. I did the same in Mexico, at Chichen Itza Pyramid. Only that time I got stuck and had to go down on my bike. A prized possession of John's, I had a limited edition Spider-Man comic, which I keep in a plastic bag with something or other, prize comics.
Just other prize comics.
Fantastic. How John relaxes. I enjoy watching videos of goats doing goat things. A famous person that John's met. He went to a wedding of an ex-Premiership football player who used to play for Spurs, Norwich, and the mighty Watford. Anyone know who that was?
I was going to give it off for a prize for that. You know what I'm saying?
I've got no idea. Ladies and gentlemen, let me give you
Morning, everybody. Good morning. I bought all my tools again that I had last time. This is literally my whole van here. Let's just stop the little pot. So every week I tell you different ways that I get into people's houses. I tell you about the kit that I use, but I've never actually shown you. So today I'm going to be demonstrating a lock snap, which it's not a technique I necessarily use to bypass a lock if somebody is locked out. I do use this all the time though if a door is jammed. So that would be if the mechanism is jammed or the hooks are stuck. So basically the snapping allows me to get access to the mechanical part inside the door. But what am I doing? So essentially this is your standard lock that you'd have. This one is called a Euro lock because it is that shape. It's a Euro cylinder. They do come in different shapes. There's an oval shaped one, and then this one here as well, which I don't know if many of you would have seen. But this one is by a company called Era. I think it's recent. It's called an Era Invincible. That's a 3-star, quite impressive lock. Fortunately, that one was a lockout, but I got in through their dog flat, so I didn't actually have to do anything with that. I literally climbed through their dog flat. So basically, what am I doing and why am I doing it?
What size dog is it?
Yes, it was a British Bulldog, but I managed to get my front in. My hips got stuck, but I managed to get the handle. I've got 100% success rate with breaking, so I'm good. So basically, why am I snapping a lock? So on your lock here, you have a thing in the middle which is called the cam. Now it's that actually operates the mechanism inside the door. So if I can get access to this or remove this, that means I can then get in and unlock your door. Obviously, what gets in the way is the bit where the key goes and the bit where the key goes. And then there's a number of pins, which on this one here you can actually see the number of pins are at the bottom. I think it's about 6 on that one. Might need it back a bit. So obviously there are different ways I can get through that. Thank you. But one of them is snapping a lock. Now the reason I brought in this is and it gives an example of what I do today is because it doesn't make too much mess, and also it's quite relevant as we're sort of going into the longer nights. Now, snapping a lock is actually very, very easy. It's very quiet, and if somebody knows what they're doing, they can be in your house in a matter of minutes. With this one here, I have got I made this last night. You've got the handle on here. Another thing to look for on your front door is your handle. Is it cheap? Is it falling off? Because if it's easy to fall off, then somebody can pull it off. If somebody was to remove the handle, what they've got access to now is a lot more of your lock, which means they've got a lot more to grab onto to try and snap it. I can do this with a kit that I've got, but you can also do this with a pair of pliers, a pair of mold bricks, and you have the same desired effect. But I think the customer would prefer to actually come up with a bit of kit to actually do that. Now, if the lock is protruding too much, like I said in my 60 seconds, and I've been to some houses where it's got like 5 or 6 centimetres of the lock sticking out, that is extremely, that's ridiculous because somebody can literally hit it with a hammer and that's going to come off. And if it's a cheap lock like this one here, it's going to drop off the back and then you're going to have free access to that lock and the mechanism inside. So for a burglar, what they can do is they can peel back the handle if it's cheap. They've got access then to the lock, which they can then snap. So, anybody want to have a go at doing this? I was going to do it myself, but I thought that's boring, so I'll get somebody else to have a go. Any volunteers? Podcast. Can I get somebody timing podcast breaking into your house?
These are the time of referrals, the gentleman.
Podcast is on. Right then, Paul. So you're a burglar. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. And you want to get inside Stuart's house. Okay, so Stuart's got
inside timing.
Stuart's got a block that's protruding too much. You saw his house earlier on in the day. You said, yeah, I want that one. And it's got rubbish handle on which you can peel off. So what you're going to do is sneak up to the door with your locks and that way. You're going to peel off the handle.
Oh, starting off,
There we go. Right, and what you're going to do now is, if you see on the end there, you've got to show a bit more on the ends. And that bit, tighten that up. Nice and tight. And then you're going to do 2 hands on it, and give it a good sharp push down. That's it. Now, if you have a look, so this is what happens. Parts of the lock fall out and go everywhere. But what you've got on the inside here, which I can probably, well, I will be able to get out of my hands. You literally clear this whole space here. You can see through there.
Yeah.
So that now means that once that little part in there is free, no access to the lock. So with a screwdriver, you can literally put the screwdriver in, and then there's a little catch to stop there somewhere. Which I can't see at the minute.
Isn't that from the inside now?
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah. Yeah, you get the idea. But so there's a little latch you literally put up there. You can switch, and then that will then lock and unlock the door.
Can you go?
Yours.
Very good. 22 seconds.
How long?
22.
There we go. 22 seconds. Always in my house. You jump yourself. It's very good.
Speed up a bit, you're going to get busted.
What is the? There's the. You know, pack of sweets to say well done.
Thank you.
So as you can see, that made hardly any noise, and it's very, very quick. Now, like I say, it's not a technique that I use to get people out of houses, but it is something that I have done once, and that was purely because it was last resort. I've tried everything else. My tools were breaking, my drill bits were breaking, and I literally just asked them if I could just remove the handle. It didn't take that long even doing that with myself, and I was trying to be careful not to damage the door. Obviously, the handle like that to damage and replace, but and that is that one. Does anybody else want to have a little go?
I think he's an engine.
Oh yes.
Oh, maybe you can't.
Anyway,
Nothing.
so that is lock snapping. It is quiet, it's clean, and it doesn't make too much mess. But what I do have here is an array of other things that I've used. So what I'm going to do now is Jane is going to help me. I'm just going to go through and I'm going to see how many of you can guess what they are, what I do with them, and you get a random space if you guess correctly. So I'll start off this end here. What's the name of this one? Anybody?
Euro.
Yes, there we go. That's for
Where was that, Scott?
that was Scott.
Coming.
Because you put one in my front door.
Oh,
Shut up, Santa. Do I not get that anymore?
Anybody know what this is called? Yes. Well, that's not.
Harry.
What did you say, Gale?
Yeah.
That's kind of they refer to as chop locks. Gale locks are normally.
Was that a swoochie? Not a swoochie.
If you know what. So this is what they normally call like the Gale lock. But it's actually called.
Was
What
it
is it called?
Yale? Ring bell.
No.
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 Go on.
Mortis.
Like that. There we go.
Who was that?
Mr. Hammonds.
Yes, Henry. Hang on, the girls are drinks well.
So these are locks that you would have on a UPVC door. Can anybody guess how many different variants there are of these?
Oh,
A little bit less.
100.
A bit more than 100?
110.
More?
120.
More?
140.
It's not about 170.
That's the one.
Yeah, 173 when I changed. There are 173 different variants of this, which means that when I'm trying to identify what is broken and what I need to replace, it takes quite a while. Fortunately, I have technology to help me with that, so I can pop it into an app. But I do have a massive booklet in my van with all the different types of this, types of windows. Now, if anybody gets this one, they get two.
I'm ready.
Okay, so this is an amazing bit of kit. I've only used it a few times. It is used for bypassing locks and for getting people in. And I do use it with the Euro. So I've got a screw there. Any guesses?
Some sort of Brentwood.
So it does ratchet. Basically what this is called is
Nurse Ratchet.
The piece.
right, kind of. So this is basically called a plug puller. So on a cheaper one of these, not this one, because this is actually a one star. On the cheaper versions of this, what I can do is I can drill this screw into where the key goes, and then basically using this and a ratchet, I can basically pull the plug out, and then you get access with a flathead screwdriver to the locking mechanism again. That's a really good bit of kit if the lock is pulled. I have tried it on a slightly newer, nicer lock, and it just snapped, and then it was a real nightmare. And I showed this one actually a couple of weeks ago, if I can remember. It looks like a gun.
Does.
Oh, what was that? Lockpick. Lockpick gun. Another one with hammers. Jesus.
He's cleaning up over there. Sarah should know this one.
Sarah.
What do I use this for? This isn't for getting past people's
I know
blocks.
this one.
Oh, what's it for, Sarah? Tell everyone.
Oh, it's a jig or something, isn't it?
That's
To make the drill, the hole that is drilling the right size of my bathroom door lock.
Exactly that.
That's worth two.
So I didn't
That's
myself.
worth two.
So this is used for installing mortise locks in doors, internal doors, external doors, wooden doors. It basically allows me to line up. Sorry? It's on 10 minutes already. Okay, this basically allows me to line up so I can get the right depth and the right height for your mortise lock, so it's a nice professional finish. I didn't get onto the last bit, so I've run out of time. But there's box opener, which I used on your house yesterday. Thank you very much. And door spreader kit there, which I did actually use if I couldn't get into the letterbox.
John, well done.
Yes.